couple weeks ago, I decided to try out Skyblock's Iron Man game mode, and I originally planned for it to be a long-term thing. I played it for about a week before I got bored. But this is the single video that came out of it. This is me on my Skyblock profile, which has a net worth of over 20 billion, Cat of 50, and all of the most powerful items in the game. And for the last few months, I've been battling my greatest challenge: boredom. The most productive thing I have done is run circles around the hub. This cannot continue if I want to maintain my upload schedule. Who am I kidding? One thing I could do was start an Iron Man profile, which is like a normal Skyblock profile, except you can't trade with players, use the auction house, or the bazaar. The thing about these profiles is that they require an ungodly amount of grinding, since you have to obtain everything yourself, and I would personally never have that kind of dedication. So this is the beginning of the Iron Man series, except it's not a series. One thing to know about me, I'm not a huge fan of series on YouTube. I've always just preferred having videos work by themselves, and historically, most series on YouTube peak at episode 1 anyway. This Iron Man not series won't be too focused on progression, and instead it will be focused on fun. That's right, we're actually gonna have fun playing Skyblock.
Whoa, what?
I
didn't know
that is
possible.
actually so insane. I'm gonna make videos on things I want to do rather than things I have to do, so I won't always be taking the most optimal approach on things. Now all of that is out of the way, it's time to iron some men. Meet Nez, my one and only co-op member for the Not series. There are a lot of things that I'm not gonna want to do that are required for progression, which is why I brought Nez to do all of that for me.
I will not be doing that.
I started off with the best money-making method of Giga early game Skyblock, wheat farming. I picked up the rogue sword from Jamie, bought some starter armor from Rosetta, and got the undead sword from the weaponsmith. Now, I was all pimped out for the deep caverns. I'll be seeing how long it takes for me until I die. Oh, why is he mad? I went into the caverns for one simple goal: leave. And go to the Dwarven mines. To do this, I needed 10 enchanted variants of 3 different ores and mining 12. Luckily, all my previous experience with Creator Clash competitions taught me that the quickest way to hit mining 12 is to mine sand in the Mushroom Desert. The enchanted ores would take a bit longer, but I had a plan. If I brewed Haste 2 pots, I would be able to insta-mine the ores. The only problem is, to convert a Haste potion into Haste 2, I needed glowstone. I was still miles away from being able to enter the Crimson Isles. My plan was going to fail. Except not, because I'm an actual genius. The haste potion didn't work. But we got our first pet, and I decided I'm going to give fun names to every pet I get. Bernard. I love this guy. One of the best early game weapons in Skyblock is the Raider Axe. Obtaining it would be no easy feat. I went back to work mining and setting up some of my first minions. I put down some redstone minions. I named this one Howard, because redstone collection is important for accessory bag slots, and with my minion set up, it was finally bedtime. Good night, Howard. You already know what the morning routine is. Wake up and collect my minions. Good morning, Howard. If everything goes as planned, we should be able to go to the Dwarven mines today. While I was sleeping, my minions got me enough resources to finally get to the Dwarven mines. I was here to kill Ice Walkers because they give a ton of combat XP and are also one-tappable. They also drop the Glaciite armor, which has incredibly good stats for how easy it is to get. With Therpy doubling skill XP, I thought this would be the best way for me to level up my combat. Apparently, so did everyone else. While doing this, I also noticed I had gotten the common rock pet at some point. Everyone, meet Dwayne. I sold Dwayne. My first dungeon. I'm literally so fine for dungeons.
Please. Please do not heal, please do not heal.
He's gonna heal it one more time. This should be his last one.
Go.
Let me get the last hit.
Get him. You do no damage. You do 19 damage.
Oh, this is my first secret. I headed into the end, where I discovered the Void Sword. Now, this weapon wasn't around back when I was early game, but let's just say it's a pretty big boy sword. At this point, I realized that my biggest problem was XP. Some of the enchants for my sword required 75 levels, and I was really struggling just getting up to 50. That's when my IRL friend Sam, who is also doing his own Iron Man profile, informed me of end nodes, which are sparkling endstone or obsidian on the end island, which can give you loot like enchanted pearls or grant XP bottles. Or it spawns 3 endermites that kill me instantly. And that's where we met the next member of our team, Edward the Enderman. The end nodes were pretty crazy for my progression because not only was I getting bottles for XP, but also gathering enchanted pearls to eventually craft my aspect of the end. I stayed up till 3 o'clock in the morning mining end nodes and watching YouTube videos with Sam. I am hype.
Hey, can I get the free 10-piece with the app?
And for the first time in a while, I was having fun with Skyblock again. For the longest time, probably for the last half a year or so, I was playing Skyblock simply because I didn't know what else to play. That's why I quit for over 2 months. And I forgot that the real reason we play video games is to have fun. That's why I'm glad that this profile has been able to reawaken my love for this game once again and allow me to appreciate all the updates the admins have pushed out that I didn't get to experience on my main profile. With all my gear enchanted, I went back into the end to try to acquire the full end set. Not just the armor, but the equipment too. Even though Derpy doubled the health of all the mobs, within just a couple of hours I had completed my armor set and also gotten the ender cloak and belt. Now I had 2 primary goals at this point: acquire the aspect of the end, and start gathering all the dragon fragments I needed for my first dragon set. I was almost done collecting all the pearls to craft the sword itself, but the recipe was not unlocked until I acquired 25,000 ender pearls, so I couldn't craft it for the time being. But I did set up a few enderman minions to help me get to that goal. Oringo came with the first traveling zoo on this profile, which is where I picked up Big Titus. The big is absolutely necessary. After a few days of the enderman minions slaving away, I finally crafted the AOTE. The instant transmission ability makes this item one of the best items in the entire game that is present on every profile, and the main reason I wanted this was for secrets inside dungeons. It was at this point when I began doing solo entrance runs. Stop! I'm sorry! Running entrance solo meant all the mini-bosses were mine to kill, and I needed a lot of Lost Adventurer kills for my dragon armor. That, and I'm pretty sure entrance party finder would actually be detrimental to my progress. I have to say, going from having all of the dungeon utility items at my fingertips to having to use ender pearls is probably one of the most humbling moments of my entire life. Alright guys, welcome to the Floor 1 Archer Guide, where I'll be showcasing the best possible build for the Archer class. We got here the Necrotic Bonzo mask to represent what people look like when they make a touch grass joke for the 10th time, the full fierce heavy armor / skeleton grunt combo for the perfect balance between DPS and survivability, and the dragon shortbow as the centerpiece of it all. With a combination of Floor 1 Party Finder and solo entrance runs, I hit Catacombs level 10. I put this on my resume so future employers know that I am a dedicated individual. And that's about how far I got before I quit. I lasted a whopping 7 days on Iron Man before I got bored. So, kudos to all of you Iron Man players out there. I don't know how you do it, but mad respect to you.